You probably remember Mil Mascaras' Royal Rumble appearance in 1997 as one of the most embarrassing performances in Royal Rumble history because he forgot the rules and eliminated himself. In the next few minutes I'll tell you why you're wrong and that Mil Mascaras' elimination is the greatest injustice in Royal Rumble history. Stay tuned. WWF 1997 Royal Rumble time is an unhappy time for Vince McMahon and company. Raw hasn't won a single head-to-head ratings battle with WCW Nitro in 7 months, pay-per-view buy rates are in the toilet, Shawn Michaels is about to lose his smile and vacate the WWF title, and the WWF roster has so little depth they have to bring in 5 outsiders to fill spots in the Rumble match. Aside from a cameo by ECW's Terry Funk, 1997's Rumble match featured no less than 4 pro wrestlers from the AAA promotion: Pierroth, Cibernetico, Latin Lover, and most importantly Mil Mascaras. While the site of WWF's 1997 Royal Rumble event is in the heavily Latino-populated San Antonio, nobody knew or cared who these AAA wrestlers were, which is a shame for the audience as they appeared in the undercard and 3 dark matches, as well as the Royal Rumble match itself. Back to the Royal Rumble match, and as I said at the beginning, the story goes that Mil Mascaras is famous for eliminating himself from the Rumble match. I'm here to tell you that that's utter horseshit. Here is what happened. Mascaras eliminates fellow luchador Pierroth, then goes to the top rope and gives Pierroth a flying crossbody to the floor. Both feet hit the ground, of course, and referees Mike Chioda and Jimmy Corderas do what came naturally to them and busied themselves by looking the other way. Then they eject Mascaras from the bout as Jim Ross on commentary suggests that Mil is unfamiliar with the rules and Vince McMahon suggests that he got confused or carried away. The referees call it as a shoot and usher the man of 1,000 masks out of the ring and to the back. Here's the thing though, Mil understood the rules of the Royal Rumble better than the other wrestlers, the referees, and the commentators who were staring right at him. Look for yourself. Mil very clearly steps between the second and third rope onto the apron before climbing onto the top rope and cross-body blocking Pierroth. According to rules of the Rumble, you can exit the ring via any method and legally hit the floor as long as you don't go over the top rope. Also, you must get back in the ring with both feet touching before you are then eligible to be eliminated again. That didn't happen, so Mil Mascaras was thrown out of the Royal Rumble for a shoot before he was supposed to take his leave from the Royal Rumble match. Mascaras was ejected before he was supposed to be, which likely would have been a matter of minutes, as Stone Cold Steve Austin was about to emerge as the Rumble match's star player when he eliminated everybody else and took on all comers one-on-one. That is just a booking assumption on my part. What is equally likely is that if he hadn't been unceremoniously expelled, Mascaras and Austin would have teamed up and took on the rest of the WWF roster one entrant at a time, before the inevitable conclusion of Austin and Mascaras being the only 2 participants remaining. Austin would of course do what would come naturally to any prime athlete, as the cold reality of being faced down by the 5'9", 54-year-old sequin-bedecked gentleman doing his best to suck his gut in would have slowly dawned upon him. Austin would have pissed himself mid-ring, voluntarily leapt over the top rope and wished Mil Mascaras luck at challenging the WWF champion at WrestleMania 13. Sadly, there would be 2 officiating miscarriages of justice that evening as the referees, distracted by Mankind and the aforementioned Terry Funk, brawling out on the floor, missed Austin getting dumped out by Bret Hart. This allowed Austin to return to the ring and dump out The Undertaker, Vader and Bret and claim his first Royal Rumble victory and the shot at the WWF title at WrestleMania 13 that was rightly Mil Mascaras's. Some of you know the story that Bret Hart was meant to be the original winner of the Royal Rumble, but Vince Russo, as his alter ego Vic Venom, nominated Bret Hart as his pick to win the Rumble on the WWF Livewire show.
Without a doubt, bet your Rolex, Todd, in your case, bet your Timex, the winner is going to be Bret the Hitman Hart, no doubt about it.
I agree.
This upset Vince McMahon so greatly that he switched the booking to Austin winning, with the Final 4 pay-per-view the next month featuring Austin, Bret, Vader and The Undertaker, the final 4 legal participants in the Rumble if you discount Fake Diesel for some reason, battling it out for the WWF title. That's the WWF title that Shawn Michaels vacated when he lost his smile, took a lot of drugs and blubbered his way through a vacating of the belt while citing a career-ending knee injury that subsequently did not even require surgery, so he didn't have to drop the WWF title and return the favour to Bret Hart at WrestleMania 13. 2013. Why do I bring all this up? We all know that Mascaras was removed from the Rumble match without just cause, and as I'm sure he would tell you probably, Mil was absolutely going to win the Rumble and give that no-good future degenerate Shawn Michaels a well-deserved Mexican mauling in front of 18,000 screaming Mascarites in Chicago and selling over 40 million pay-per-views in the process. But at the very least, Mil should have been given the same opportunity afforded to the other wrestlers eliminated by Steve Austin and be allowed to main event an In Your House Fatal 4, which in my opinion should have been renamed the Fatal 5 featuring Mil Mascaras, or maybe even Mil Mascaras presents En Su Casa Cuatro Fatales starring Mexican hero Mil Mascaras. The point is, Mil Mascaras is the true winner of the 1997 Royal Rumble, as he's still legally in the match, and he's probably also the rightful winner of every other Rumble match as well. And I hereby start a petition for WrestleMania 39 to be headlined by Mil Mascaras versus Cody Rhodes, with the winner, Mil, to face and defeat Roman Reigns, and he be presented the WWE titles and a formal written apology to be hand-delivered by Vince McMahon in the ring, and also by Steve Austin and Bret Hart and Mike Chioda and Jim Ross and everybody else responsible for what is now known as the San Antonio Screwjob. To sign this petition, please head over to Mil Mascaras is the rightful winner of the Royal